Greetings, folks. This is the water reservoir on the Heco Cookstove. So water reservoir option is going to be available on the 420, the 520, and the Model 2000. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what this option is. So this is going to be a standalone water tank that mounts to the rear of the stove. It does look like these are two separate tanks, but they are actually connected here through the center of the tank, right where your chimney flue would go straight up. Now this system does not plumb into anything. You fill these water tanks through the top. There is lids that go over the top so you don't get dust or anything funky inside your water. You can add a spigot to the bottom of either side of the tank. So depending on what's convenient for you, you would just go ahead and add in that spigot. So again, doesn't plumb into anything. The water gets hot with the radiant heat off the rear of the stove. Now this is going to be a stainless steel tank. However, manufacturers don't recommend this for potable, consumable water. Reason for that is it's a fair amount of water, about 22 gallons. So depending on how long it's sitting in the stove, it could get stagnant and gross. So that's why they don't really recommend that. But again, it's stainless steel, so you're not getting any type of pollutants into the water. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. So people ask me, what would I use this for? If you are off grid, it's kind of nice to have some extra hot water. People will use it for cleaning purposes, dishes, mopping the floors, possibly even bathing. So that could be a really nice option. Now I do want to point out, this is going to be different than the domestic hot water coil. So the domestic hot water coil would pop out the rear of the stove. That is a plumbed in system. So it plumbs right into your domestic hot water. That means that water is going to flow to your sink, to your showers. I do want to point out that these are mutually exclusive systems. So you can add one or the other or both and have them all functioning at the same time. It is important if you go with the water coil on the domestic hot water system that there's water circulating through the stove at all times. So this is going to be the warming oven option. The doors just pull down nicely. Two separate doors. You do have a slight separator in here. This gives you plenty of room to store your food while you're cooking. So for example, if you are cooking for a large group of people, holiday meals, you have a large family, and you want to serve all your food at one time and keep it hot, this is an excellent option for you guys. You just put the plates up in there, close it up, and it'll keep your food warm. Temperatures will vary in your warming oven depending on how hot your fire's running. On average, I would say it's gonna range anywhere from 100 degrees, maybe all the way up to 250, depending again on how hot your fire is running and the type of fuel you're burning. One thing I wanna point out, this is an added light to illuminate it for your guys' viewing purposes. There is no electricity on this stove and it does not come with a light. One thing I do want to point out about this stove is the way that the warming oven is set up is pretty nice because you have a good tall height here and the warming oven doesn't extend out super far. So on some of the other comparable models, one complaint that we've had is for people who like to do a lot of canning. Sometimes the canner is too tall to actually fit on the top of the stove, and we have not incurred this problem on the Heco line. So I would say that that's a huge selling benefit, especially if you guys are into canning. We are looking at the inside of the firebox on the Heco 520. What you're looking at right now is going to be the summer grate. So I'm going to show you a top view of that. Basically what this is a grate with some holes in it. It slides right inside the firebox. Now what this would be used for is if you want to cook in the summertime and you don't really want to produce a whole lot of heat into the house, this allows you to build your fire closer to the cooktop. So you can cook on it without getting a whole lot of heat. So here you go. We'll see fire bricks aren't completely set up because the stove was just moved. Now they do give you a nice readout of where your bricks go because everything's not really fully assembled with the brick when it comes during shipping. So keep that in mind. So I really hope you guys find this information helpful. Please give us a thumbs up on our videos, share them with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. Have a wonderful day.